More than 5 years ago, the largest prison riot in South Carolina history and the deadliest in the country in more than 2 decades left 7 inmates dead and dozens more injured.
And now the first group of inmates charged for playing a role in that violence at Lee Correctional Institution were brought to justice. Our State House reporter Mary Green was in the courtroom in Sumter today and has the details.
More than 40 current and former South Carolina inmates face charges in connection with the deadly 2018 riot at Lee Correctional Institution. On Thursday, the first group of 4 of them pleaded guilty here in Sumter.
It's the start of the finality.
More than 5 years ago, the largest prison riot in South Carolina history broke out at the maximum security Lee Correctional Institution in Bishopville. What started as a fight between gang members spread from there and took several hours to subdue. And in the end, 7 inmates were dead and dozens more hurt.
The amount of evidence in the case is just, I've done it 42 years, and it's one of the more complicated cases I've dealt with.
For the first time Thursday, 4 of the more than 40 inmates charged for playing a role in the riot had their day in court, pleading guilty. Raheem Carter and Tyrone Lewis received time that'll run concurrently with previous sentences. Arsenio Colclaw received time equal to what he's credited with already serving, while Mike Smalls received additional time behind bars for his second-degree assault and battery by mob plea.
We just want to make sure that justice is done. Sometimes that takes 3 months and 10 months. Sometimes it takes almost 5 or 10 years. But that's what we're aiming for.
The state says it believes Smalls was part of the group that stabbed an inmate to death around 100 times, while attorneys for the other 3 inmates in court Thursday argued their clients had weapons as protection but didn't use them or even tried to quell the violence. One of the inmates, Raheem Carter, had already been sentenced to life in prison, and that could be the case for more inmates charged for playing a role in the riot.
This is important so folks know that they're going to be held accountable for their actions regardless of where they are in the system. It's important for the victims in this case, for the people that are left behind, to see that justice has been served for their loved ones. Even though they were incarcerated, they do deserve justice.
Prosecutors say more guilty pleas are still to come and possibly a trial. Some inmates are still facing murder charges from the riot. Reporting in Sumter, I'm Mary Green.